I'm gonna die, he's gonna die, she's gonna die, we're all gonna die. Good Burger 2 Electric Dudealoo is a Paramount Plus original and is a sequel to the 1997 somewhat modest hit Good Burger that was based on the All That skit. Man, All That, Roundhouse, and various other shows on Nickelodeon, that was my shit. I talked about that in my retro view of Good Burger that you can check out on the channel. And yeah, they said, we're not going to release this in theaters. Paramount says we're just going to slam this on Paramount Plus because after absorbing the Showtime library, because the Showtime streaming service really didn't go all that well. Believe me, I had it for 4 months. It wasn't all that great. They said, fill trail with 2 L's for maximum illness. And L actually would be the appropriate letter for this particular sequel. Kind of tipping my hand how I felt about it. He's done television like the show The Middle. That actually wasn't all that bad until it kind of went into the middle of the season and then it went totally downhill and landed in the middle and was just kind of okay. So it was written by the 3 that wrote the first one, and you can check out their respective IMDb pages for the full listings of their work. And it reunites Kel Mitchell and Kenan Thompson as Ed and Dexter, who, after a number of years, reunite to help save Good Burger from a mega corporation called Megacorp. That's really creative, isn't it? Boy, the writers must have just been exploding with all kinds of original ideas to come up with Megacorp for a mega corporation. Okay, positive, let's be positive. Chic always positive. The first Good Burger was by no means a fantastic movie, but it had plenty of good gags, some that didn't age all that well. Had Linda Cardellini in it, that was nice. And it had a breezy energy to it, even if some of it didn't actually work. If you were a fan of Good Burger, like me, when I was 16 when it came out, I enjoyed it. Even after rewatching it, it mostly held up and was entertaining enough. I was looking forward to this. And really, outside of Kel Mitchell gaining to be Ed and getting to be a little bit goofy, and Kenan getting to be Dexter, who's trying to be, I guess, a little bit more serious, but still messing up as far as being an adult. Since they're adults, we find out how they are, how they're living their lives and everything. Ed's still working at Good Burger, and after a business deal goes tits up, Dexter is back working there. And there are various other people working there as well, including 2 twin women who basically fry Ed's mind because he can't believe that 2 people would look exactly the same. And various other celebrities are in this. Pete Davidson, who was in Bodies, and he actually wasn't all that bad. I call him the human lemur king because he really does look like a lemur. Mark Cuban is in this. What's left of his face, at least. Carmen Electra, who is 51 years old and looks incredible. And Sophia Black D'Elia, who I've seen her in stuff before. I need to check out more of her work. And Rob Gronkowski. That's a deep cut for podcast fans. Nicole Richie, Zoe Saldana, and Maya Rudolph, and so many others. So many others. Okay, so yeah, the plot really is just about them trying to save Good Burger again. So as far as movies go, this is a sequel. It doesn't jump off from the original. It kind of tunnels back into the original and just kind of uses it as a husk to become a beautiful parasite that grows and uses the body of the original to take it over. Yes! Okay, it isn't very good. I mean, I'm sorry. There are a few jokes that have a little bit of zip to them, but really overall, this kind of follows the same beats, which would be fine. But this also feels like it should have just been maybe a short series, and maybe they could have, I don't know, done like a 6-episode run, because while there isn't much of a plot to this, they could have at least had a little bit more fun, because honestly, it's just more of the same, just not nearly as good. While I did enjoy the interplay and the chemistry between Kel Mitchell and Kenan Thompson, everything else fell flat. The new characters really weren't all that great. None of the pizzazz, like maybe 2% pizzazz and 98%. Sort of hurt watching these 2 try to recapture the magic and fail miserably. Now, it looks like everybody had fun making this, and that's fine. And if you enjoyed this, that's really, really great. I didn't. The special effects really looked terrible. Not that I expected too much from Good Burger 2, but goddamn, the first one had a budget of around $8 to $9 million, and you're telling me that that one holds up better than this? And I would imagine the budget probably wasn't much bigger, but goddamn, I mean, They had some terrible CGI, some other terrible special effects. Nevertheless, if you are a fan of Good Burger, you may enjoy this. But to me, the first Good Burger still holds up, even with the things that have not aged all that well. Everything else, yeah, I'm sorry. Trying to update this doesn't really work all that well. It feels like they were trying to trying to do something that really should have just been left alone. I get that they wanted to have this project work, and some people might like it, but I just didn't. It's on Paramount Plus if you want to check it out. You can actually, if you are a new subscriber, can currently get a trial for, a cheap price for 3 months. But act now while supplies last, because I think after the 2nd or 3rd of December, that is totally it. And then you got to pay the original price. So, nevertheless, I am going to get into spoilers, just so you know. Not that it's going to take very long to spoil any of this, but that's your warning right there. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. Okay. So, yeah, Dexter's idea goes tits up. Mark Cuban basically says, oh, I invested a lot in this. You ruined me. Except for my basketball team, all of my other stuff and everything. And something called Cuban AI or Mark AI. At least Mark Cuban seems like he's having a little bit of fun here. There was a German guy that was doing food. He was taking his food show all over the goddamn world and everything, and doing the Alex Wright dance and all that. And Achtung, this is Alex Wright. I can't do the Alex Wright dance. If anybody is an old school wrestling fan, you'll probably remember that. Also, Ed has various children, including one named Ed 2, Electric Edaloo. Yeah, it just looks just like him. Carmen Electra is the nanny. Carmen Electra, 51 years old and looks incredible. Yeah, Dexter has to get a job back at Good Burger. And Ed actually owns Good Burger after the owner left him the deal, and he's trying to reconnect with his niece Mia. Let's just say things aren't really going all that well because he's lost a lot of money, screwed the mother out of a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah, he's kind of a fuck up. And then there was a character from the original named Fizz that was locked in the freezer for 20-something years, and somehow was preserved and is fine. And that was it. That was it. Seriously, Ed broke the handle off of the freezer and never came back. He forgot to put it back on there, and he just froze. He didn't die. He just was there frozen like a goddamn mummy. So the character of Cecil, not the one that became a paladin, changing from the Dark Knight in that Final Fantasy game. And if you remember that, oh boy, what a deep cut. Hey, I want to buy a Good Burger and I want to help you guys out. And let's just say they make a deal that ends up with everybody being fired. Because Good Burger's now going to become Mega Good Burger. Headed by Kat, who was Kurt's sister. Kurt from the previous movie. The one that looked like the lead singer from Sum 41. Yeah, I get what they were going for here. And trying to, I guess, move the story forward when there wasn't that much of a story in the first one to begin with. It doesn't really click. Yeah, Mega Good Burger with all kinds of, with AI bots controlling the whole thing, and it's fully automated and all that. Animatronics. I did laugh at a couple things that Kel Mitchell said. Keenan, he's funny, but Kel outshines him in stuff like this. And they get caught in an automated car, that's fully, that's driving itself and everything. They have to spin it around a field until it runs out of power. I guess that's how that works. So, this is really bad is what I noticed. It's just not funny. Barely any of the comedy hits, and even the stuff that does hit, it reminds you of the first one that did it a whole lot better. This isn't nostalgia speaking. I hold no, massive love for the original, even though I was 16 when it came out. I appreciated it for what it was, recognizing it's not a great movie. And this just feels like a stale copy. Like it feels almost like an animatronic AI version of the first Good Burger. Maybe that was a meta commentary they were going for, but you really need to be including a little bit more comedy in your family comedy. They come up with the idea to essentially break into the Mega Good Burger location and take down, Megacorp. they eventually do. They end up, Ed ends up reprogramming all the stuff, where the robots are just hurling food at the people. Cat gets a whole bunch of condiments in her face. You practice safe eating by using a condiment. And they get Good Burger back. And that's it. That's it right there. Leslie Jones made an appearance, further cementing that I did not like this movie. I do not think Leslie Jones is funny. I don't think she's a bad person. I have never found her funny. And Ed, too, runs into the goddamn store, implying we're getting a third one. Maybe where they repair it and build on a better foundation. Then there's this invention called permanent ice. It always remains cold, and Mark Cuban invests $10 million for 0%, because that's what we're doing here, because comedy. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. First Good Burger, great. This one, it was raw. It's fucking raw, mate. I'm sorry, it gets an F. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rentland. I'll see you soon.